morning, everybody. So check it out. We're producing like 9,000 watts of power right at the moment, and yep, 9,000 watts. The grid is physically off. Just look at that cat. That cat is crazy.
Are you talking to someone or recording?
I'm recording, yeah. That cat wants some catnip.
Baby, I wish I had some catnip for you.
She wants the catnip. She's hooked.
I know.
She likes the catnip. Oh well. Not this time. Anyway, how crazy. So that's a good production number. And then because of that, I did turn the hot tub on over there. So it's doing a filter cycle and heat cycle right now. It's pretty good. And I was out looking at the inverter, and here's a box turtle down below, which is kind of nice. Okay, making it like a little home. We're charging one of the electric cars right now. The other charge station is, something's wrong with the ground or something. I gotta take a look at it. I've been charging the other car with the portable extension off a 110 outlet, but I'll fix that today because it's nice and sunny outside. Matter of fact, there's the turtle camera. Back to the camera. Yeah, it's gorgeous outside right now. Anyway, with this inverter, what's cool about it is that you can leave the electronics to the job of being on grid or not on grid. It's not, I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it does keep you off grid most of the time. So here's an example. On the 23rd, this is 23rd, yeah, so we came into a bunch of days that were pretty rainy, like seriously rainy. So this day the grid came on right, I guess, at midnight. So this might have been on the 21st coming into midnight, but then you can see that it also went on to battery power during this other time period right here. So that's like in the morning evidently. But if I go to the 21st, get rid of all these things here, the grid is completely off, right? So what happened was we were off grid that day, but then for whatever reason, the sun was not really strong that day. Maybe we didn't get a lot of battery backup, and so the grid came on for a brief moment and got us through that time period. But then on top of that, it kicked in a little bit later on. So that's the worst case scenario. So you're on grid for maybe a little bit. That can be compensated for by having more solar, so you can collect more battery power, because the batteries, even on the darkest days, I've noticed that I can run batteries for almost 3 days through like the nastiness of heavy rain. But we're back on track today, and having the grid on, you can see right here there's these little spikes. So the downward spikes are phantom loads to the grid, just slight little bits that are going to the grid. And then this top spike above the center line there, baseline, is an actual input of from the grid because someone used hot water. But if I had the grid handled down at that point, it would have been fine because we had enough PV, solar photovoltaic voltage, photo voltage. We had enough of that, and the load was not really that great, so we could have met that load. That's how little that actually was in reality, right? With just the battery and the solar. So here's something that came on right here. This is the at about 9 o'clock or so. That's I believe that's the one of the cars coming on. And I shut it off again. And so here we are today. PV load battery. So that little spike right there is from turning on the hot water, but you can actually see that the battery power was there, and the solar was actually there, and it could have took care of it without being on the grid. So sometimes I'll turn the grid on just in case, which is if I'm feeling like, oh, it's running a little bit low, it's nothing, it just takes 1 second, you turn it on. And then, like, I did that last night because the battery looked like it was pretty low. It was, one of the batteries was 20%, the other was like maybe 30% when I went to bed, like around, I guess, 2 in the morning or something like that. And but I was wrong. It went all the way through the night without a problem at all, and I could have just left the grid off. Certain advantages to that, of course. I'll cover that in another video. Anyway, have a great day, and just rambling a little bit, but have a great day.